攀登成为一种习惯，翻过山，成为山。明暗更替，视野交锋，未知的考验降临，剑盾间构筑的是队友的信任。看不见的角落中，牺牲、关切、付出、责任，一一上演。这是 LPL 的温度，传承意志，成为新的希望。漫漫征程，在于一路同行。步履匆忙中，别急着给出定义。踏入光阴，繁华自现。
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 6th week of the LPL. My name is Munchballs. I'm joined by Lyric as we continue to roll on forward. I know we were on yesterday, but a new week has begun anyway. There are no weekends here at the LPL, and we're ready to jump into more League of Legends action. It keeps on rolling, Jordan.
The exciting thing is, like that opening video showed, this week is the race against time, and I'm happy to be a spectator to this race.
It's week number 6, and there are 7 weeks total of the spring split. We're rapidly running out of games, but that still means that we have a lot of best of 3s remaining, because there is a ton of games in the LPL. Let's take a look at what those games were yesterday, as we had JDG starting things off 2-0 against LNG. A very quick, very clean series from them. It was followed by a lot more mess coming out from EDG as they managed to get their win against BLG. And then finally, what a series we had to watch. IG against RNG.
What an amazing show both teams gave us. Kind of what they've always given us, like the 2018 final that we saw, and I wish it would have never ended.
I honestly could watch that all day long, but where that places us in the tables now is that IG remain at the top of the table. They've overtaken E-Star. They are our kings for now.
Hey, what's up?
See at the bottom, Victory 5 highlighted. They are officially out of the race.
Yup, Victory 5, kind of a depressing time for them, not really competing for anything more than setting up their summer split. But looking at the middle of the table, we do have so many interesting teams from OMG, Vici, WE kind of competing for those spots.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that are still in the runnings for playoffs. And when you look at Suning as well, we'll get a little bit more into them in a moment, because they're going to be part of our first match.
All right.
But still
What's
in
up?
with a chance
So
at fighting their way
I
up
have
the table. They're in 12
11
right now,
unique lineups
and they'll
tonight
start off the day
out of
against
20.
P5, who we've just
This
mentioned.
is
They're already out
the
of the runnings, so this could be quite an
$33
interesting
contest
series. Suning need to
on
get
DraftKings.
for themselves. We'll follow that one up though. With
It
OMG
has
against
5,000 to
LNG.
first place,
If you want a battle for
883
playoffs,
entries,
8 versus 10th is the one.
Especially on the side
a
of
decent amount of good players in here.
on a win streak coming up against OMG.
So before the matches get started, I'm just going to do a little poking around and see
We'll round out today
some stuff. So this is normally what I do when a contest locks. So I start looking at
itself, because both these teams
like what kind of
chaotic. Rogue Warriors
ownership
right now,
percentages
they
everybody
know what's
has,
coming out.
That's what I love
and
about this series. Rogue Warriors always bring a bit of
just
surprise
try to
and
give myself an understanding of
force team that can
if I have a
win
chance
and
of
lose
winning any good money.
kind of from the chaos
So
That's the kind
all
thing
of
that we
these,
watch here in the LPL, but with that
most
said,
of these
that's what we'll
players
into later on.
are,
Let's have a look back at this
why does
week's
this happen
best
now?
of the Rift. We've got the Shy in the
Show
top lane, Kanavi in
tabs.
jungle,
Oh,
Rookie
that.
in the mid lane.
So Max is starting,
Well deserved there from home. And then
support,
Fang from Vici Gaming gets served
but
on the side.
everyone else that's
Fang is the one that jumped
yellow
in
right now
the
is not starting the first
rookie
match,
into the
I think.
split and has been a big catalyst for Vici's success.
And look at the solo kills
So
from
let's
IG.
do,
Both IG players, the Shy and Rookie there. 6 solo kills for Rookie. 5 solo
let's make an
kills
X
for
lookup.
the Shy.
Actually,
You
let's just
know,
send this over
when we
somewhere
talk about
else.
IG, we talk about the strength of the solo lanes. If this graphic doesn't show that, I don't know what does.
Can we talk about the cocky way that they love to play, which again has positives and negatives, but this week really showing up big for IG.
Cope as well. Really, really impressive performances coming out from him. A couple of incredibly good team fights from EDG. But let's take a look at our MVP for the week. It's going to be Kanavi from JDG. And I think JDG, they're a team that have really started to ramp up towards the end of this split. And
One
Kanavi,
second,
he's
just trying to get
Kanavi's looked great, and I'm excited to see what he can do now that they have
one
Snoop back
more
in the top
thing
lane, but
set
all
up.
Split long, he's been putting up great performances for this team. On the Kindred, the Olaf, the Lee Sin, this guy just plays so many champions and does it so well.
Yeah, it's really exciting to watch Kanavi. And I mean,
All right, so this will make it a little easier for me, I think.
Elise as well. Literally one-shotting people with the assassin.
Wait, what?
So really, really great to see Kanavi getting a little bit of recognition for the presence that he brings to the board. But we're moving.
Oh, this is the wrong one.
This
Whoops.
series here. Before we get into game, I want to remind you guys that Suning, while they are trying to fight their way towards playoffs, they are getting a little bit on the dicey end of things. And now, while you can see they are a cat, cats have 9 lives, but Suning, they've already used up 7 of them. You can see these are the defeats that they've received on the board already. 7 taken, which means, you know, 9 lives remaining, or 9 lives total, is how many losses you can basically get before you're guaranteed out of the playoff run.
Yeah, and kind of depressing for Suning that they had a lot of close series. We see against WE, Top Esports, JDG, kind of going to those 3
So this-
games, but their back
what?
is really up against the wall now, and they need to deliver.
H2.
Well, you know that a cornered tiger strikes the hardest, and we can look at their remaining schedule as they move forward. They've got, I think, 5 games remaining, including this one. So they've got V5, then OMG, DMO, Vici, and then they round things out going up against RNG. But when you look at that schedule, it's still very possible that they can make it through here without getting 2 of the losses. But isn't it so fitting that they have to face teams like OMG, like Vici Gaming, that are
Oh.
also fighting for that 7th, 8th position?
It's a bit
That's
of a
messed up.
double-edged sword to where you are facing competent teams like OMG and Vici, but if you can beat them, it sets them even further behind, and they're the teams you're competing with. So it's really important.
Yeah, a lot of it is going to be down to game difference when it comes to tiebreakers here in the LPL. We'll see
Sorry, it's
how
gonna
that's all
take
pan out
a minute.
next week towards the end of the week. But first they've got to
Not
take
that
on
one.
Vici Gaming. And we mentioned right at the start, Vici Gaming, they're already out of the running, right? They're no longer
Okay,
playing
so you
for,
do.
for that pride. They're no longer playing for that placement. They're just now playing spoiler for everyone else. You could say the Vici Gaming right now, they're kind of like Scar. They know they've lost. They know that it's not going to go well. But right now, they've got Mufasa hanging over a cliff. And if they can pull the trigger, let go.
What the
Long
fuck?
live the king, baby. V5, they can ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, and on the side of Suning, you know, going back to that famous Lion King quote, the past can hurt you. You can either run from it or you can learn from it. And Suning need to show that they've learned from it today.
Yeah, and for V5 especially, level 2 tower dive
Finally.
is the dark place. You must never go there, V5.
All right,
It does not
so-
work out for them in the past. Certainly going to be interesting.
So let's just
to
look
see
at this real
what
quick.
kind of V5 comes out here, whether they are going to try and play spoiler, because
With-
I expect obviously they're going to be doing their best, and it feels like they've finally found the roster that
All right,
they
so
want to stick with. This is
Karsa-
the roster that they're comfortable with. Mole has moved out, CLX in the mid lane, Alias in the
Top
top lane.
Esports is by far the, well, not by far. Top Esports and Sunning are both extremely popular, which is kind of what we expected. OMG is a little bit more highly owned than VG Gaming, which is what we expected. We that's actually exactly what we said on our
Yeah, and when you look at the roster for V5 as well,
on our stream earlier today when I was talking to DFS Bachelor about the slate tonight, and we were trying to project
play for RNG,
the ownership for everybody, and we figured that these
LPL games in with RNG.
these 3 teams would
Play on stage for
eat up almost all the ownership, and then everything else is really contrarian. So CLX is a lot more, not a lot more. CLX is about where I expected, just because there's so much salary savings that there are a lot of people who wanted to get exposure to him. So that's okay. And then I saw that Davis Maddock was in this. So I just wanted to see what he put together. So that is Sunning, 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 OMG, 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 Sunning. So that's a very popular lineup. That's pretty chalky. Can't say that I'm surprised. And then let's take a look at Osimo. So Osimo has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 out of 26 unique lineups, which is pretty interesting. So he has, this is a Top Esports and V5 stack with OMG. I have something like that. It's pretty interesting. Then he has another one for V5, OMG, Rogue Warriors, V5. So this one he has a blend of the 3 favorites, This one's top esports and Vici Gaming.
Assuming at least we've been in
This
the
one's
top
also
bracket,
top
they're just
esports
playing
and
a lot
Vici
less
Gaming.
games this season than the likes of Fuji. You'd expect them to prioritize
So he has a decent amount of support as captain, which is another thing that we expected some of the good players to do. He has some Karsa at captain as well, so he only has one,
The interesting to me here is that Big
two,
Five banned Senna, and Huanfeng actually hasn't played Senna all split, so we still do
one,
have the other three priority
two,
players open.
three,
Aphelios, Varus, and Kalista
4.
would be the expected last ban, and there it is. So now it's about where does
He has
Big Five wanna go with their
4
first pick.
captain slots with
Played much Kalista, so I like the Varus
80
pick
carries in
coming
it.
off of V5.
And then he has a bunch of supports.
Loves to go for, and you know, why
So-
he's playing a ton of Kalista himself, but as you rightly say, because your opponent's not.
Let's see,
really
that's
good,
top
I'd say
esports.
that Huanfeng is gonna go for that one in the end, but it was
This one's a blend of the three
Varus has been a
of the
first
three
pick for a lot of
favorites.
teams recently.
Varus just a
This one is Rogue Warrior Sunning, which is popular.
But Huanfeng has only played one game of the Kalista, so I like the Varus takeaway, but still showing that he's
This one is Sunning Rogue Warriors.
heavily prioritizing the Jarvan, so just going
This
towards
is V5
that.
top
And as we
esports.
move over to Victory 5, the Renekton blind just makes sense. You pretty much win all lane matchups. And
It's
now
always
if you
good to
want
see what
match a jungler,
some of the
something like a Lee
professional
Sin,
players are doing,
Olaf, something with
like to
early
get
game
unique
pressure.
and stuff like that. So this one is Sunning,
Could come on through. Depends where they want to go with this.
Sunning.
It's like they'll draft a bit of protection for
Ruby is from
Instead, now on the side of Suning, they could look towards the top laner now that it's not
Rogue
gonna be fine
Warriors.
for them, or they could go for a support themselves.
So he has a decent amount of Rogue Warriors. It's kind of surprising to me.
Being things like the Camille and the Fiora, neither being a good matchup into the Renekton, you can move towards something like a maybe Mordekaiser or look for a neutral lane. but
Like in this
that
lineup,
isn't
he's using
exactly
CLX to get
Victory
exposure
style,
to
so
top
they're gonna
esports
be
and
kind of
Vici Gaming
showing
with
out for options on the side of Suning.
with
Will
one more
Tarek
champ.
go alongside this
So
Kalista?
right now
Already
we can
you
look at the
see from
draft.
Suning, there's a lot of dive potential here. There's a lot of go in from this composition.
Okay, so they banned out Senna, they banned out Aphelios, they banned out Set. Those are all pretty normal. First picking Varus seems to be very popular in China. So one thing that I would expect to see happen in this game is a 4-man dive bot lane between the 7 to 8 minute mark, because they're going to try to kill Varus and then take the tower while V5 goes for the Rift Herald. So it's kind of not great.
Potentially another mid lane ban could come through on towards Angel, but the thing about Angel is he's played 15 champions so far this split. It's very difficult to ban him out.
Maybe taking away another early pressure mid laner like the Syndra, since we do see the Rumble being taken away, giving CLX more room to breathe.
So,
in the mid lane, you know, just take
the
away Wukong, which
80 carry and
haven't
support are very
really
defensive,
pick up so
and then
far.
it's the same thing over here. So the team fighting should be pretty drawn out in front to back, which benefits Sunning, I think. Like I would prefer to see V5 picking champions that like make the game more of a crapshoot, because I think that increases their chances of winning.
Go for something very standard in the top lane to just kind of get that handshake. Know you lose pressure to the Renekton, but play elsewhere on the map.
Well, it's Bin's most played this split. 50% of his 6 games have been on Mordekaiser so far, so definitely a comfort pick for him. And now V5.
So they just picked Mordekaiser. One of the reasons that Mordekaiser's popular is because with objective control, like when the jungler runs by somebody, he just brings them into the Shadow Realm kind of thing, and it makes them incapable of smiting the objective, which is pretty smart.
You also have a lot of bursts, so before that Taric ultimate can't come down, you can just delete someone from the fight, and now it's all about the jungle. I would like to see something, again, with early game gank options. Maybe a Lee Sin Syndra has so much burst, you could just take something down right away. The Olaf is still open, and Shawan has played very good on this champion.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see them not hovering more aggressive picks, but the Sejuani will come through in the end.
So this is actually kind of different for V5. They don't typically run this kind of combination of champions. It's a little different.
We've seen him play this before, and we've seen him dominate with the pick.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to where on the side of Suning, we have a very late game focused mid laner, but early game jungle. And you have the reverse for the side of Victory 5, going to be a very lane dominant champion in the Syndra with something like the Sejuani, which does want to take it a bit more slow.
SOFM could have a lot of options here in the early game. I like the aggression that we've seen drafted from Suning in the jungle role and in the bot lane as well. Huanfeng has this Kalista. He can be aggressive on the Kalista, can win out lane matchups, but when you look at the stats for this team, Huanfeng, he's the second highest damage percentage and damage per minute of any AD carry in the league.
So one thing that I would say about China is that the announcers give a lot of bad information.
So you can see the priority on the Kalista. They're drafting around Huanfeng because he has to.
Like the Varus Tahm Kench matchup versus Kalista Taric, the Varus side should win pretty easily. He has much better poke.
Take the Varus. That leaves, hey, you get the Kalista. Again, strong in lane, very good in team fights, which is what we know Huanfeng is great at. So I'm glad he still gets on a pick like this, pairing it with the Taric, getting more peel, sustain, more priority in the options with the Dazzle coming out. So I like that Suning are going back to what they know and giving Angel also a strong carry in the Kassadin.
Yeah, and the Kassadin as well. Alongside of Taric, that's actually a pretty strong combination in of itself, is Angel will be able to jump into the back of the fight later on in the game towards Y4, and Sword Art can keep him protected with the Radiance. It's about time we jump into this game and kick things off. We're gonna have Suning.
So FJ Bourne's another good player. He won. I think he won this contest yesterday.
To play spoiler and ruin Suning's
he doesn't have many unique lineups.
Climbing up the playoff ladder.
Looking at this early game,
Nick
I
PS, I don't know who this guy is.
Have a lot of options of where they can go. They lose the top side 2v2 when you have something like a Renekton with a Sejuani, so a lot of strong melee dueling right there. You do have a strong bot lane 2v2, but you're against a Tahm Kench, right? He's going to be able to devour.
Well, apparently he has done very well.
Too far forward, and we've already set up that Kassadin doesn't really have strong early dueling potential.
Very standard runes across the board here, and you're absolutely right. Not going to have strong dueling potential from the Kassadin early on, and that's why he's going to go with the fleet footwork, just survive through the laning phase. We talk about Kassadin every game.
So he won something. March 28th, I guess he won the GPP. That was probably 20 grand or 50 grand.
In these fights. And so it's a lot about playing it safe in the early
That's
game
cool.
and waiting until
Mr. Good Seeds, I see him a decent amount.
True. Looking at Suning, it is all about kind of post 20, 25 minutes. So we're looking at what Victory 5 can do early with the winning matchup at top and mid. And then, of course, we see Y4 going towards the lethality
and
bars.
then
BK. So you're going to fight very hard at 1 to 2 items.
This is something I feel like we've
This guy's done pretty well, too.
He seems to lean towards the lethality over
2, 3, 4,
the
5, 6, 7, 8.
But especially with the Syndra, the lethality virus actually is pretty great.
He has a lot of OMG.
Burst damage because you can just chunk people out with the piercing arrow, especially if you activate the blighted quiver first. But we will see a little bit of sparring in this bottom lane. Ultimately, it does feel this composition from V5 is a little bit of win lane with game.
And that's how Victory 5 have always drafted, if we think about this split. And even going back to last year when they had people like Ben 4 on the roster, they were very much about winning early game and transitioning that into a game win.
Jumbo Lumba has a lot of uniques.
But that is pretty much how you would expect Renekton versus Mordekaiser to go up in the top side of the map. It's going to be a little bit difficult for Mordekaiser. There's not that many lane matchups that Renekton struggles into, honestly.
And we do see Xiaohan heading up towards the top side, maybe expecting a gank from SOFM.
It's going to be spot though. Does have the sweeper.
Wow.
He figured that this.
Yeah, so Jumbo Lumba has a lot of CLX.
Just look for a dive on this one.
So do
CLX rotating up as well. SOFM is going to be here to try and protect Bin. Flash is available on both sides here. It's going to be important that Xiaohan gets the stun. He will be able to find it. The second stun comes on in as well. Alias doesn't quite have the damage. CLX can't finish off the kills. Flash from Alias to get 1 kill. It's 1 for 1 because Angel TP'd up as well. This is huge. If Kassadin can get multiple kills, Alias going for more. There's the stun. There's follow from CLX. Angel survives. 1 more auto takes it. Utter chaos, but V5 are coming out on top. Now they go for the re-dive once again. Bin happy to tank though. Alias somehow doesn't take tower aggro. Bin still alive here. The fancy footwork. Alias in the minion wave. CLX desperately trying to land a Q, but
That's
he's
so
not gonna be
funny.
able to do it.
That is so funny. Oh my god, this is a shit show.
You spent so much time making that play on the side of Victory 5, though. Great play coming out from Bin, but even better setup from Suning. We saw they had vision spotting out CLX walking up, but...
Ooh, this is greedy.
Damn.
Once more on this one, didn't know which bush they were in.
Unlucky.
Took a gamble, didn't pay off on that one. But hey, great stuff coming out from Suning here. Bin managing to survive that play. Ultimately, gold-wise, it did go the way of V5, but Angel getting a kill on Cassidy early, that's a big deal.
I would say that was a very bold play coming out from Victory 5, knowing that SOFM should be topside around that time.
To be fair, though, we know that Victory 5 loves to dive towers at level 2, and we know it's not necessarily strategically genius. So it's not that unbelievable to see them doing it again, just this time on the top side of the map.
And I feel like Victory 5 still come out pretty fortunate with how it ended up with SOFM already being there. Could have turned out a lot worse.
Uh-oh, CLX, he's already used his flash in the last fight. He's going to be punished for that one. Angel gets a second kill on Cassidy. I mean, that's just the dream scenario for the mid laner.
And that was really greedy coming out from CLX. The wave was pushing into him. He could have just held it there. He was trying to walk forward to get a better freeze in a nicer position, but still a very decisive play coming out from SOFM, setting up that kill nicely.
And a really nice roam from Sword Art as well, but now more action in the top lane. Xiaohan's moved up. Bin will be the target. The stun immediately comes on through, but Alias doesn't quite have the damage. He's the one to go down. Now Xiaohan has nothing left in the tank. He'll fall as well. Obliterate to take it, and a double kill for Bin.
It's so important, those early kills that Suning were able to pick up. The 2 cloth armors coming out for Bin, making him too hard to take down, and the red smite already being onto SOFM, I'm sorry. This was what was supposed to be the winning side for Victory 5. You have the Renekton, you have the Sejuani who pairs so well with melee champions, and you're losing on your strong side.
It's so sad as well because it's not like Victory 5 are the kind of team that loses games because they didn't do anything, you know. At least they're proactive. They're fun to watch. They do things. They make things happen around the map, but
Are our taste buds on brand? Let's talk about that.
Quite the right play, quite the right synergy players. Suning consistently pulling out advantages.
Good mythical morning. We wrote a novel. It's funny, it's scary, it's a labor of love, and it's called The Lost Causes of Bleak Creek. Pre-order it now at bleakcreek.com. We are expanding our brand to include novelists.
Right, and speaking of brands, a 2010 Consumer Report study found that store brands scored almost as well as name brands in blind taste tests. So the question is, do we really know the taste of our own favorite brands, or are we letting the labels get into our head?
We're going to put that question to the test with some of our favorite beverage brands. It's time for Knock Off Knockout Liquid Edition. In each round, we're going to have 4 clear cups in front of us, and one of those cups will have a big name brand that we all know, and the other 3 will have some variety of store brand or less known brand versions of that beverage.
And our mission is to taste them all, then knock out the knockoffs and pick the name brand. And in the end, the loser has to drink a bottle of Josh's original brand cola, which we have no idea what's in.
Round 1. Of these 4 different colas, we have to find the Coca-Cola or the Coke, if you want to be brief about it.
Oh no, dodges the
They all look the
stun
same.
here. The rest of his
Yep.
teams
Let's
arrived
start
as
over
well.
We'll start down here.
I'm gonna start.
SOFM,
You wanna
comes
pick a
on
side,
flag
we're
and
gonna
drag.
drink out
He
of?
dropped the flag, but he couldn't drag.
I'm gonna
Now
drink
he's
out of
gonna be
the
able to V5.
edge.
Xiaohan traded 1 for 1
Okay.
so far. Dragon
this
with
one
the
right
wave
here.
V5, slow from Angel. Max desperately
tastes
trying
like
to
a
get
cola.
away.
Yeah, it
Dazzle
just tastes very
flashed away
cola-y.
from. Ultimately, V5, they win that one.
This one and this one are very different.
These are very different.
Those felt very different.
I'm going on the outside of what you just drank,
Oh,
right?
we're not done
I
just
can
yet.
kinda
I
No,
was
White
just
Force
going
getting
right
the
for
stacks
the
to the red.
front.
Angel's here. Flash from White Force. Sword Art's going to try and chase this one down.
Oh,
Max is
wow.
falling.
Oh, this one-
That's gonna
That
be
one and this one.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is going to be
death
tough.
for Sword Art.
But this one down here, I mean,
It's not.
That one was just unfortunate. They tried to walk back to their lane through Tri-Brush, but of course,
huh.
Suning had priority to get
I
there
mean,
first.
I'm knocking that one out. I don't
Angel
even.
easily
Hold on,
able to
don't.
follow
This
up
is a
and
competition.
they
I
find
know,
Don't
but
tell me what you're doing.
I know you know that's
I love
not
this
Coke,
build.
right?
It might be Coke.
Instead of going for the catalyst and
But I
trying to
don't
get
know.
to Rod of Ages ASAP, starting off with these Merc Treads.
This one's got bite.
Move around a lot quicker, be a part
Oh,
of
wow.
these plays and impact the game, even though it's contested. In the meantime,
That one's got the same amount of bite, but a little less flavor.
Aggressive invading while
And this
Shadow's
one?
right next to the blue.
You can do that
This
now
one?
when your lanes
This
are
one is,
so far ahead. We set up
a little
Surge as a team
underwhelming.
that was supposed to
Okay,
wait
I
20,
feel
25 minutes to get
pretty
to this game,
confident.
but just
I think we
through
both know that
superior
it's one of
early
these two right